Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. No, this is not Zenitco. You probably saw in the title. This is a brand new product from a company that has never made stuff like this before. A company called 1791 Leather, now called 1791 Industries. This is the Light Rider Block AK rail that they're making. They debuted it at SHOT Show. Nobody saw this coming from a leather company. It's pretty impressive. I gotta talk to you about this stuff, so stick around. Before we get into today's video, if you like what we do here and you enjoy AK content and you just enjoy block stuff in general, Kalash Bash is right around the corner. It is the largest AK event in the country. Everything from competition, which we still have a ton of subgun match tickets available. Come on out and shoot your 9mm AK or any 9mm that you have. We have over 60 vendors that will all be there, demoing machine guns, demoing kit builds, brand new products, accessories, everything in the world of AKs will be at Kalash Bash for all of you guys to come check out. We have a massive campsite with a concert, $100,000 in prizes, airsoft, helicopter rides, tanks. It's all there at Kalash Bash. I'll put the ticket link down below. Let's get back into this handguard. So some of you may have already seen or heard about this by all the SHOT Show videos that came out. 1791 Leather is definitely a company that was never known to make like AR-15 parts. Certainly not AK parts, and this is the only AK part they had, and I'm hoping that they end up expanding this line because, you know, after doing a ton of shooting with it, installing it, and just living with it for a while, this thing's pretty freaking impressive. I would love to see full-length versions and maybe some rail top cover versions. So yeah, man, it's totally out of left field. But if you don't know, this popped off at SHOT Show. So I'm walking around SHOT Show and Mark over at the Fit and Fire page tells me that I gotta go to 1791 Leather and look at this new AK rail. He's like, dude, it looks just like Zenitco, but it's made out of this new material. You gotta go ask him about it. Popped in, there was a cool dude there named Justin, who I guess is a fairly new guy to the company. They brought him in to really get into this Magnite stuff. They have a brand new blend of metal that they're calling Magnite. I think it's magnesium and a bunch of other stuff. It's way over my head, but they're calling it Magnite. And what was cool is they had a scale there at their booth, and they had like their free float handguard versus a BCM handguard, their barrel nut versus a BCM barrel nut. And everything that they weighed was almost half the weight of a competitor's, you know, aluminum handguard. The barrel nuts were half the weight. Even like a Magpul polymer hand stop compared to their Magnite hand stop, it was like half the weight, which was crazy. This stuff felt like nothing. And they claim that it's twice as strong as like 70, 75 aluminum, which is a pretty bold statement given how lightweight this stuff was. So anyway, I noticed that they had this rail for an AK, and I was like, all the AR stuff's cool. Let's talk about the AK rail. And he said, yeah, dude, we really want to get into the AK market, so this is them dipping their toe in it. And as far as Zenitco cloning goes, it's a very close copy to where it has that aesthetic, and it honestly does look very good. It does not work with Zenitco parts like some other people cloning Zenitco, so, you know, take that for what it is. You can't put the B33 on it. You can't take like a B19 and put it on the 1791 lower. These are proprietary, but you can see the look that they were going for. Now, compatibility wise, I was told that it fits most AKs, but because this is a prototype, I think it's still subject to change. But from what I saw on the website, as of right now, today, early February, it's supposed to be launched in like 30 something days. So not too far away. So I'm pretty sure this is about as good as it gets. This is probably very close to the final copy. I have this installed on a Romanian AKM. This is just a kit. This is about as standard as an AK gets. You know, your Russian, Bulgarian, and some other AKs might have slight differences. From what I'm told, you might have to do a little file fitting. If you're used to Zenitco, you know that regardless of what AK you put that into, even though Miss Anastasia says don't do it, you have to file, you have to hammer the piss out of it, and it takes quite a bit of fitting. I've installed a lot of Zenitco, and it always takes a ton of fitting. This, on the other hand, on this particular gun, the section here that couples into the receiver just popped right in place. I almost thought it was going to be too loose. It took no filing. I didn't have to tap it in. I just snapped it into place. Once I actually put the lower handguard retainer on, it was kind of loose, and I thought, dang, like, this sucker's loose. But once I coupled the upper portion here, because you have to install this in sections, you have to take your 19, 13 pieces off the side here, which they do come off. As you can see, the screws there on your 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, they come off. You can actually just have straight M-lock exposed. Once you put it all together, you have to put the M-lock on and then put your top cover on. Everything tightened up. So it's good. It has the slightest amount of wiggle back and forth, super duper slight, really nothing to worry about, but it's tight. And compared to a Zenitco install that could take like half an hour, 45 minutes, this took like 5 minutes. It allowed me to retain my cleaning rod. It has the channel that goes through. I mean, you can see it passing through there. Obviously, we have a cleaning rod. And with the 1913s bolted on the side, that looks like a B10 and a B19. Like, that is a very good copy. It really fits the bill aesthetically. Ooh, thing's getting hot. Man, oh man. Dog. That was 2 30-rounders and 2 20-rounders non-stop. I just changed the camera a couple of times. I'm bare-handing this Magnite handguard. Dude, the 1791 stuff, dude, it just doesn't get as hot as aluminum. Bare-handing after 30, 60, 80, 90, 100 rounds, pretty much non-stop. That would burn the skin off my hand. This, without a glove, bare-handing it, dude. Bare-handing it. Now here's what's really important about this thing. It's the weight. This upper and lower and the side panels, this whole portion here comes in at 6.4 ounces. If you were to compare that to what it's cloning, a Zenitco B10M and a B19 upper, that comes in at like 9.5 ounces, just shy of 10. So this is substantially lighter, and they claim stronger. I think you all know, anyone that's been exposed to Zenitco stuff, that aluminum, it scuffs up and it mars fairly easy. It's really not known to be the strongest aluminum in the world, but it's Russian, it's rare, we pay a lot of money for it, and I love it, but it's not super strong. This stuff, I have shot the absolute crap out of this rifle, gotten it very hot, and there is not even a section of like coating missing on this thing. Like, it's held up very well. We have hundreds of rounds through this particular gun because we were testing our Delta Tech muzzle device. That video, if it hasn't come out yet, it's coming out soon. I don't know which video is coming out first, but put a ton of ammo through it. So, you know, right off the bat, it's super light. It does seem to be super strong. The installation was 5 minutes. What really blew me away was when we took it to the range and we mag dumped 100 rounds, over 100 rounds nonstop. I barehanded this thing, and honestly, like, I thought for a second, whoa, hold on. You could totally barehand this thing. Like, anyone knows the gas tube, the gas block, and the barrel on an AK within a couple mags get unbearably hot. That's why everyone wears the Michael Jackson glove. This thing's sitting here, bare-handing it. 100 rounds non-stop. Anyone that's shot an AK, you know, anything around that gas tube within like 2 mags, untouchable. That's why everyone wears the left-handed, you know, the Michael Jackson glove when you shoot AKs. Your right hand's back here and all the cool stuff. Your left hand's really putting in some work, burning the piss out of yourself. But dude, I gotta tell you, I can't believe how much heat that thing's bucking. That's pretty crazy. Pretty impressive. Aluminum's a heat sink. If there's a lot of heat around the aluminum, it will pull that heat into itself and get hot really, really fast. This stuff, that was not the case at all. I was blown away at how much heat that this thing didn't retain. It didn't pull any heat off the gun. Once we got it to like 200 or 300 rounds in a very short period of time, you could feel it, but the odds of you shooting that much ammo as fast as I did, most people don't do that. 100 rounds though, when I shot over 3 mags back to back and barehanded it and held it, I was like, okay, I don't know what this Magnite stuff is. I thought it was gimmicky when I first heard about it. I thought, okay, it's lightweight, it's gonna get hot, it's gonna be brittle. No, dude. I guess it's a good thing they have a patent on this stuff because it's pretty impressive. I can't believe how light it is and how cool it stays to the touch while shooting. AKs get hot way faster than a lot of guns, and that stuff stood up to it. It was pretty crazy. Anyway, I really don't have a lot more to say about this stuff because it's not available. I don't know what it costs. If I had to guess, I would say, I'm hoping 200 bucks or less, but I could be wrong. It's not available yet. They haven't told me pricing. I don't know anything about pricing. All I saw on their website was when it's coming out. But what I can tell you is, I hope this Magnite stuff really catches on. I hope they make top covers and longer rails and the AR-15 stuff, which I don't really get down with, but they're making all kinds of parts for AR-15s out of this stuff. And dude, I honestly feel like this Magnite stuff's gonna be a big deal. I think we're gonna be talking about this for years to come. It's very impressive. That's all I know. It's new. Time will tell if this stuff holds up and if you guys have good luck with it as well. And who knows, maybe a month from now I'm gonna eat my words and this stuff turns out to be sucky. But this being a prototype, the installation was easy. Oh, one thing I didn't tell you, you could probably see in the video that, you know, it's obviously in spec. We were taking forward grips and stuff and putting that on, and yeah, it takes all that stuff. Rock solid. So the 1913's perfectly in spec. Everything I bolted on, it bolted on just fine, and it was great. So 1791 leather, freaking out of nowhere, making a pretty legit part for an AK. I hope it's affordable, and that's really all I have for you guys. This is a quick video, I know. If you guys end up picking one of these up, let me know. I'd love to hear the track record of these things as the months go on. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. What do you think about this stuff? You guys tired of everyone cloning Zenitco? Or is the aesthetic just that good where you kind of have to clone it? I'm kind of in that camp. I think it looks so good on AKs. If you could get away with cloning it, I probably would. All right, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. And if you want to see stuff like this in person, come out to Kalash Bash, and I'll see you guys there. That link's down below. Love you, bye. Wow, let me go fast. You guys seeing that? Amazing recoil impulse.